Aries, hi. So this is going to be a reading for July 28th through August 3rd. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Aries. The overall energy for the reading, the Page of Wands. I feel like this is your energy. Keeping yourself open, curious, you know. Yeah, you're giving me a sense of curiosity with that one. Excited about stuff. In the recent past, the Four of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the Four of Wands. There's a commitment there, but there are some changes that are kind of happening here surrounding this commitment. And it looks like you're taking it well, or taking it as it goes. You're trying to kind of, okay, things are changing, okay, you know, type of a deal. Okay. In the current situation, the Tower, the Queen of Cups, the Three of Cups. Is this an aha moment? I think it is. It's an aha moment over how much someone means to you here. I don't know how it's coming through though, but it's coming. Okay. It's almost like a new sense of appreciation or something over a particular dynamic. Alrighty. In the immediate future, the Sun, the Judgment card, the Six of Cups. I mean, energy of happiness surrounding a soul connection. Okay, so those changes seem to kind of bring something new to the table here, especially in terms of how you feel about things. Okay, let's clarify. Let's see what's going on here. For the... Alrighty. For the Page of Wands, you get the Page of Swords, the Devil, the Four of Wands. There seems to be... it's hard to explain this one. Because I see two energies within this commitment here, within a dynamic, and I see them approaching this, yes, different. Like different approaches to this. I don't see it problematic though, and it seems to be problematic. Is there a lack of acceptance on any side that, hey, they're just going to be different than me, because then it's going to become problematic? I don't know where the problem comes from to this one. But maybe that's what the changes were about. You know, maybe that's the whole sense of, hey, let's, you know, something's bothering me here, so let's work on it or something. For the Four of Swords, in the recent past, you get the Five of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody was affected by something. Something happened at some point, and let's say this is you, that was affected by whatever happened. And you took it as, hey, I don't find this balanced. You know, I feel like we were good up until whatever happened. And then I don't feel like we're in the same place. I don't feel like there's an equal give and take here anymore. But through that, you're not saying, hey, I want to quit because this isn't working out. You're saying, you know, can we do something to bring it back into balance? So you're not just giving up on that. Okay, if that's you. Let me do the Wheel of Fortune in the recent past. The Seven of Cups, the Fool, the Two of Swords. And there are solutions to work on. There are options here. Like, okay, if you want to work on something here, okay, let's. The problem is, what are those options? You know, okay, we made up our mind. We want to work on this. Now what do we do? You know, like, okay, but what exactly should we do? Like, where do we start? How to... What's going on? You know, so there's a sense of, yes, the decision has been made, potentially on both sides, to work on whatever issues came up. The problem is the how. The how is very complicated by the looks of it, or at least initially. For the Four of Wands in the recent past, you get the Four of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the Six of Swords. There's a little bit of back and forth also in terms of if you've committed to this, are you going to stay committed to this all the way through? And initially, it looks like it. It looks like, yes, I will. But when it comes down to it, and when your skin is in the game, it's like, yes, I will, but I may have times in which I'm going to say that I quit because it's hard, you know? Which that's more of a realistic approach in all honesty, because yeah, we can say whatever. We can say whatever, basically, right? But that doesn't mean it's true. When it comes down to doing whatever it is that we're saying, that doesn't mean it's gonna stay the same as we said it, right? The experience of something is going to be very different than the story of it. So I can understand that. For the Tower, in the current situation, you get the Justice card, the Temperance card, the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, there's something that's showing you the importance of staying connected to your intention here. I don't know what it is. It's an experience that's happening outside of you, but it's coming through as almost reminding you to stick with it or something, you know, to really figure out if the situation is important or not, and if it is, to stick with it, type of a thing. Because you're giving me a sense of learning from something that's happening outside of you. It's like, let's say you're seeing a movie that touched you because, what the fuck was in there? I don't know, a dog, me and Marley, right? A dog passed away or something. And then you turn to your dog and you look at your dog in a very different light. You're like, oh my God. Oh my God. You know, that type of an energy where you're learning. Where it's like you don't have to go through with it to understand the lesson. You're just seeing it someplace and you're just feeling that, you know. It's actually nice because that means you don't have to learn through going through hard shit. Others are going through hard shit so that you can learn, or something like that. For the Queen of Cups in the current situation, you get the King of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Six of Wands. Yeah, and you look at things in a very different light here, especially at that dynamic over there. Again, a newfound sense of appreciation, of love, of, you know, kind of really being clear about what something or someone represents to you here. And you feel good about it. You feel like, you know, there's a new gained perspective here. Let's do the Three of Cups in the... Why does it always come down to this? In the current situation, you get the Five of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Hangman. And then it's like, okay, so what are you going to do now with this new gained perspective? You're like, I don't know. Is it too late to do anything? It's like, whenever it comes down to the how, or the do it, there's not a lot of happening. Yes, there's all sorts of changes and shifts and perspectives in the way that you feel about things, but like when it comes down to applying all of that to the situation, there's a blockage there. There's a sense of I don't know. I think nothing. I think there's nothing I can do or something. Which comes through as deceptive. It's like, so you get hit by this, you know, revelation thunder, and then what? And then nothing. You don't move. Okay. For the Sun in the immediate future, you get the Two of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, the Ten of Cups. Okay. You're coming out of this paralysis type of an energy. You're still sticking with this new game perspective, with how you truly feel, because you apparently aligned with your heart and the actual energies of what's going on here. But you're coming out of that impasse of just paralyzed in fear here. I'm not going to move. You're starting to move. You still don't know how exactly, but you're giving me a sense of, but at least I got to start moving. And then I'll figure it out as I go, you know? So at least you're giving me that sense. I still have no fucking clue what I'm doing here. But hey, let's go. You know? Which is way better than just... I don't know. For the Judgment card in the immediate future, you get the Chariot, the Eight of Swords, the Star. Okay, so things are starting to move here for you in how you participate within this connection, this dynamic. You're starting to move, because up until now, I feel like maybe you just were trying to figure out if you do want to move to begin with. Yeah, initially it felt like you do, but then when it came down to it, it's like, oh, I'm not doing shit, so like, let me figure it out. And then you did. You still weren't moving, and now you're starting to move. The way you're moving here, the way you're navigating through whatever's going on here, is a little bit of, again, I'm going to start moving even though I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll figure it out as I go. And then you stop. And it's your own mind that stops you. It's your own storytelling in your mind about what could happen. And you stop in your tracks. Even though you feel like you're on the right path here with moving, but let's stop. And then you go again. Because you remember, oh, yeah, let's at least move. And then you stop. So the only thing that's stopping you here in addressing the situation is your own overthinking. It's you. Basically, because I can see you want to move, you want to do something, you want to bring something to the situation. And okay, let's say, you know, you took your time to figure it out. Great. Now that you have it all sorted out, are you going to bring it to the situation? And you say yes, and then you stop yourself, and then you say yes again, and then you stop yourself. The what doesn't matter for now. I think it was the how that was the problem. And now the how is getting sorted out, and the what is going to come through as you go, basically. For the Six of Cups in the immediate future, you get the Empress, the King of Swords, the Page of Cups. Whoever this is kind of waiting for you to make up your mind here about what it is that you want, what it is, you know, how you want to proceed here and things like that. And as I said, I think this is more of you trying to figure all of that out. And I do get the sense that you've reached a conclusion here. And whoever this is definitely open to whatever you got to bring to the table. You just got to bring it. And you're definitely bringing it. It's just sometimes you kind of, you know, you're close to the table here and you're like, no. And then you come back. You know what I mean? So it's you. It's how you're going to navigate through this. Figuring out the hows. Not the whys. The whys you got figured out. The hows, all sorts of things that needed to be sorted out through this one for you. I feel like you'll get there. You know, I get the sense that this is ultimately one of those you'll figure it out as you go, rather than you have to have a plan for this or something. Let me see what the universe has as a final advice for you. The Two of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, the Ten of Cups. Yeah, don't waste too much time planning out, you know, what you're going to say, how you're going to say it, when you're going to say it, and things like that. I see you getting lost in details here, you know, and that's where you spend a lot of time eventually saying, I don't know what the fuck to do. There's too many options. There's too many options to I have no options, you know. So it's like when you get lost in details here, when that happens. Where beyond that, there's just a sense of you staying aligned with yourself and with your intention, and you'll figure it out, you know? Instead of trying to plan everything out to perfection, because that's never going to happen anyway. So, yeah, it's one of those you'll see when you get there type of a thing. So that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.